Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for some more Gran Turismo 7 content. And this week we've got a special daily race C. It's not something I was expecting. Don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but we've still got to check it out. So this is probably going to be a video where either I'm going to get this bang on the money and I'm going to be an absolute genius, or I'm going to fail miserably and be an absolute pleb. Let me know which one it is, drop it in the comments and tell me, am I a genius or a pleb? So looking at this, according to Nenkai on Twitter, we've always got to give him the credit. This week's daily race is going to be at Suzuka. It's going to be 7 laps on any sport tyre. The fuel and the tyres are both going to be at ×1. And also, we've got to look at the car. It's got to be under 600 pp, under 350 horsepower, and also it has to be over 1,000 kilos. Now, there are a few different cars to choose from. I will drop a link in the description to Nenkai's Twitter with a list of the cars that you can also use in this race. We've decided to go for this and look at this beauty. So from the main menu, you're going to want to go to your garage. You might need to go to Brand Central or the used car dealership if you haven't got this car yet. We've already got it, so we're just going to go into the garage and we're just going to scroll down and find the Silvia Case Type S S14 from 1994. We're then going to have a quick look at it. It's quite bland, it's quite plain. We will fix that. Look at that classic interior. Now from there, you're going to need to go into your tuning shop. And this is where you're going to have to buy a few different things. So you might have to press pause. I'll try and do as best as I can. From the sports menu, you're going to have to buy the sports computer, sports air filter, the sports silencer, the brake pads, the street suspension, and the weight reduction stage 1, and the tyres. Don't forget the tyres. From here, you get the sports suspension, the closed ratio transmission, weight reduction stage 2, power restrictor, and the ballast. You're going to get the racing crankshaft, the fully customizable computer, the medium RPM turbocharger, the sports intercooler, the semi-racing clutch and flywheel. Get stage 3 of the weight reduction and increase the rigidity. Get the fully customizable LSD as well. And from here, you're pretty much going to get everything. The main things you're going to want to get is those brake discs, because you need to stop. If you want to go faster than any racing, most people will probably tell you brakes will make you go faster. So make sure you got them, and get the brake balance controller. You might want to play around with that. I think it should be allowable. And then we're going to go in and look at this tuning menu. So you're probably going to have to press pause, and we're going to go for the sports medium tires. Now this just helps bring the performance points down and allows us to use slightly bit more power. So you might want to maybe get less power, get better tires, whichever you think. But I think with the stiffer suspension and sports suspension and the rigidity and the weight reduction, we should be okay. We've then gone into a lap, and this car is a handful. So this is me finishing lap 2. I did 3 laps, so there's a lot more to gain in this. And I've gone for the afternoon time. So we don't know what Polyphony's going to give us tomorrow, but we'll see what it is. So at this point I was doing a 222, and the car had a lot of power. You need to feather that throttle a lot. As you go into turn 1, just let the car roll. Let it roll. A bit of brake and throttle just to balance the car out. And you got to be cautious here on the throttle. Get the car straight before you accelerate. It wasn't a pretty sight on my first practice go. I did have to press retry a couple of times just until I got the hang of that throttle. And through here again, you're just going to want to let the car coast a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Feather that throttle gently every now and again. And as you can see from my previous lap, I'm already gaining massive amounts of time. And going into the Degners, you just got to be careful, because with that power, again, I'm talking about power, and you're turning at the same time, the car is very easy to lose. But let the car coast into the Degners, a bit of acceleration into 4th just to give you that bit of extra traction. And again, a proper driver will probably get a lot more out of this. And I'm looking back just to see where my ghost is, just out of curiosity. And as we go into the hairpin, just use those brakes. Again, I'm very hesitant, even though we've got those big brakes, I'm very hesitant because it is easy to spin out. But I found that going into 3rd and 4th gear just helps keep the car under control. And the sports medium tyres are not that bad. You might also, if you are struggling, remember, turn on the counter steer assistance. It probably will help if you're not the most advanced of drivers like me. And also, if you need to, use the traction control. All these gadgets are there for you to use, so don't be scared to use them. Don't listen to what other people may say. They're there, use them. And as we go down the straight to 130R, I realise that the car does have a lot of stability. The extra rigidity, the suspension, just keeps the car very stable. And again, you just let the car roll into fourth gear, and then you can start feathering the throttle and just powering out. And it surprised me how good it is. Try and find your braking point and just mount this curve a little bit, and this one. And then again, just feather that throttle into the end of the lap. Try and get into fourth if you can. I waited a bit longer, and that's almost 2 seconds off. So it's a 2:23.84, which, considering I've only done 3 laps, it's a lot more in this. But that's the setup that I think could be a good one for this week. Who knows? It might be absolute garbage, and it might be that you just have to ignore everything I've just said. But if you did enjoy the content, and if you do want to see more stuff like this, where I'm going to take a gamble on it being good or bad, let me know in the comments. But if you have enjoyed today's video, please do hit a like. Even if you haven't enjoyed it, why not? Just press buttons. That's what people tend to do. I mean, Homer Simpson does that a lot. And do subscribe to the channel. That is the one thing that would help the channel out a huge amount. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.